Why hello YouTube! Greetings from the LazyEyebrowReviewer to the 4th review in the Combiner Wars Bruticus series. This week we'll be taking a look at the one figure that has the most controversial in my quick review, that being the heavily modded Vortex. But being that he's just a different skin, maybe I'll call this guy Vortex Plus. I mean, he's far from perfect, but it's my project modification, or Project M if you will. So Vortex, at least on the North American side of things, was a really weird looking colored, supposedly military helicopter. But it didn't quite look like it, seeing as how it was still using the Aerospatiale Dolphin lookalike mold. So, I made some adjustments. First off, I made more of a steely grey paint job. There was nothing wrong with the original color, but since I needed to paint certain parts, and I didn't feel like wasting a whole bunch of paint trying to color match it, I ended up just painting the whole thing to make it one even color. The missiles I painted gunmetal grey, and there's yellow stripes, but they're kinda messy. And finally the thing that everybody commented on, the tail. I took the stabilizer wings off the sides, added a stabilizer fin, and took one of the wings and made a tail fin, as well as took the rotor off Octane and gave him a different tail rotor. Alright, so no, it's far from perfect. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say it's unpolished, lumpy, and overall, If it came from the factory like this, yeah, I'd be all over it for being puke-worthy. However, this wasn't professionally done. It was done by me, and from afar, it looks good enough. And well, I'm rather happy with it. You might even say proud. Though, I get this wouldn't even be close to being considered for Evo. Just saying. However, if you would like your Vortex to look like this, but better, there's a guy on Shapeways, the same guy that made the blast-off modifications I mentioned in that review, who's made a tail fin set and a new modified rotor that uses a double hinge to allow for helicopter shield to be possible. But, that all being said, I do like my personal modifications. It makes Vortex stand out. I mean, originally he was an Alpha Bravo skin. Now with the new Vortex mod, he's almost like a completely different character. Couple that with having blades in my collection, and him now having water tank arms as opposed to missiles, and there we go. 3 helicopters. All of them made unique through one method or another. And as far as helicopters go, here we have a fleet of them. Sling Bravo, Fire Blades, and Vordive. And being that he is the 3rd time I'm covering a helicopter, I will be skipping transformations and articulation, and on that segue, leg mode. I still feel the helicopters make really lame legs. They're too skinny and they don't really feel the part, especially when you compare them to the other deluxe limbs that are road-based vehicles. The new tail fin also sticks up really high on the knee, and as weird as Alpha Bravo looks as a knee, Vortex kinda looks more so. Alright then, arm mode. Arm mode is where not only the jets but helicopters shine as well. They're thinner than ground vehicles, and proportionately this is how I like my combiners, with slightly thinner arms than legs, and slightly chunkier legs than arms. Vortex's new tail also sticks up here, but that's okay. I mean, normally it wouldn't be, it'd look weird, but I'll explain why I love it in 2 reviews time. Another thing about Vortex though, since the stabilizer side fins are gone, I like to move the missiles up to hold onto the rotor blades. Though I like to do this anyway with all the helicopters so as not to have the combiner arm movement cluttered. And bot mode. Bot mode has also been given the paint treatment with a lot more turquoise added in such places as on the thighs and the combiner plug. Where it has been removed from though is the head. And the steel grey has been added to bring it to the G1 color standards. More so even than Takara's version with its random charcoal and ice blue. Point in case, aside from the 4 bladed rotors that I really wanted, there's a reason I didn't strive to pick up the Unite Warriors version. That, and they didn't bother making Brawl the proper color, and I'm still not crazy over Blast Off. The colors just don't do it for me. That, and I like my combat playing for my combaticons. Otherwise, the new tail fin sticks out like a sore thumb. It's kinda inaccurate for the bot mode. Still though, it helps distinguish him from just being another Alpha Bravo lookalike. A character that a lot of people nearly 2 years ago called out for being a teaser to Vortex. I mean, who's who? It's almost impossible to tell. So that's basically it for Vortex Plus. I mean, it's a great mod, but not everybody's going to agree. The concept ideas are there, but, well, my execution is far from flawless. This has been the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer.